on the go.
What Hoosier political leaders are saying about a government shutdown. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, 60 degrees, going up to the mid-80s today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 6:02. Parts of the federal government are shut down today after Congress missed last night's funding deadline. The fight is over a short-term funding bill that passed the House but stalled in the Senate. Indiana lawmakers are already pointing fingers this morning. Congressman Jim Banks says Democrats own the shutdown. Congressman Andre Carson posted a photo on the House floor saying Democrats showed up while Republicans didn't even come to work. But Senator Todd Young took a middle-of-the-road approach, urging both sides to pass a clean bill and keep the government services running. 5 people have been shot and killed in Indy over the past 16 hours, including a man found in a backyard yesterday on the near west side.
It puts everyone in the community at risk because we take up firearms and use them in a criminal manner. This is just not tolerable, and we have to do better.
IMPD officer Tommy Thompson says 3 of the 5 killings happened on the northwest side yesterday morning. The shooter or shooters in that case haven't been caught. Mike Pruitt is back on the job as Johnson County Coroner today after a 30-day leave, but he's walking into a nearly gutted office. 5 deputy coroners, including the chief deputy, have stepped down and won't be returning. That leaves just 8 part-time deputy and 1 administrative staffer to handle the operation. The resignations follow an ongoing Indiana State Police investigation involving Pruitt, which has raised concerns about his leadership. The Indiana Fever season is over.
Final score in overtime. Vegas 107, Indiana 98.
And that is John Nolan on the Old National Bank Radio Network. The Las Vegas Aces advance to the WNBA Finals. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Wednesday morning at 6:04.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-557-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Attention Indiana homeowners, are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no-interest, no-payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Northbound 65 on the south side might be a little bit slow. Not too bad here at the moment. But watch out, it is Raymond Street up to the south split in that construction zone. That work they're doing on I-65 corridor from 465 to the south split. It should be done by the end of next year. Great. Westbound 70 from the downtown hotels looking good out to Indianapolis International Airport. Have a safe trip this morning, please. Traffic sponsored by Brownsburg Landscape. Don't miss Brownsburg Landscape's big fall tree sale this weekend only. All trees are 40 to 70% off, and pallets of paver and wall stone are buy one, get one free. Visit BrownsburgLandscape.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning on this Wednesday, October 1st. Feeling a little more like midsummer. The warmth continues here. Very dry air, though. Lots of sunshine. We'll finish with a high of around 83 this afternoon. Clear, quiet, comfortable overnight, a low of 57. Thursday, sunny, 82. We're going to warm it up a bit Friday and into the weekend. Mostly sunny skies on Friday, 84. Saturday and Sunday, both days, lots of sunshine, highs in the mid-80s. We may have a chance for some needed rainfall arriving for Monday and Tuesday of next week.
That right there, Marcus Bailey, Wish TV. Marcus, thank you so much. Go do good things, make good choices. Right now, we've got 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:06.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard air dealer.
Can we still afford a theme song with the shutdown? We can, because we're not the government. I mean, we are the government because we're all the government, but we're not the government because, right. Got it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It is indeed a shutdown. You can proceed to panic if you choose, or not. That started at midnight. It's a kind of a partial shutdown because the whole CR was only going to take us through, if I have it right, end of November. I mean, we've got a thing to handle a thing to handle a thing. We still don't have a budget. And no seriousness about getting to a place where we actually have some normal spending. Less spending. Smarter policy. Republicans blaming Democrats. Democrats blaming Chuck Schumer. It's all a thing. But we should be clear. The Republicans want to say that they don't want this at all or in any way.
We're doing well as a country, so the last thing we want to do is shut it down. But a lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things, but they want open borders. They want men playing in women's sports. They want transgender for everybody. They never stop, and they don't learn. We won an election in a landslide. They just don't learn. So we have no choice. I have to do that for the country.
They never stop, they never rest, they never quit, as Michael Walsh does explain. The president is right about that. And the Democrats, they just want health care for illegal immigrants.
But aren't Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
That's right. Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
Okay. That was Maxine Waters. So I guess this is the difference? But was that selectively edited what Maxine Waters said? Or that's exactly what she meant? What's going to undo the impasse? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Are we going to see this be like 2019? That was a 35-day shutdown. I don't know. I think the people telling you here's exactly what's going to happen, they don't know either. What will move Chuck Schumer? What's going to move him to a level of action for Senate Democrats? Or are Democrats there going to engage their own level of mutiny saying, we can't follow you into this abyss. This abyss makes no sense. I will state clearly, I don't think Republicans feel like they've got to move on anything, that they have the advantage. The argument is that Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. If there's a shutdown, it's on them. It's an interesting argument in that it's not playing that way anywhere, not even in the liberal news media. The CNNs and the MSNBCs may want to blame Trump for this, that, and the other, but every eye is on Schumer. Every last one. And there are some Democrat defections. Is this really about health care? Is this really about health care for, which is to say, paying for illegal immigrants? Or is this about something else? Like, for example, Chuck Schumer having caved a year ago, having gone on places like The View to engage this groveling apology tour, doesn't want to be seen as weak this time around, so is doing this to ensure progressives know his name, so when he runs for re-election for senator, he doesn't get throttled by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Maybe. I just find it weird because he's going to get throttled by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Are we taking bets, guys? Oh, place your bets. The city that's going to elect Zohran Mamdani isn't going to elect as a state AOC? Come now. Let's be professional, shall we? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Plug and Play expands into Indianapolis at 6:32. Join IBJ October 21st as we honor our 2025 Women of Influence. RSVP by October 14th at ibj.com/events.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Sarah in Fountain Square had to say about working with Mark Dietel. After investing in a property in Fountain Square, I ran into some financial trouble and needed to sell the place fast for maximum dollars. I hired the Mark Dietel team, and they were able to sell my property within weeks over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel at 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com. Tell him Rob sent you.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
It's JMV. The fall season continues at Miss M's Home and Garden. Visit Johnson County's premier garden center for a large selection of locally grown mums, pumpkins, gourds, and fall decor. Now is a great time to shop and save. Happening now at Miss M's. Save 50% on pottery and herbaceous perennials, along with 40% savings on in-stock patio furniture. Don't forget, they also have a selection of trees and shrubs up to 50% off. Miss M's Home and Garden, located on State Road 135 south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Tee up for a great cause at the annual MASH Golf Outing. Practice your swing for the event October 7th at Woodwind Golf Club in Westfield, and you'll not only have a great time, you'll be helping first responders and veterans overcome PTS. With a silent auction, swag bags for everyone who participates, fun on the links, and more. Arrive by 9:30 for registration. Play begins at 10:30 and awards at 4:30. That's October 7th at Woodwind Golf Club in Westfield. Go to mashministries.org for more details.
Buy more, save more at Scandinavian Designs Furniture. For a limited time, save $200 instantly for every $800 you spend in store. It's the perfect way to complete your look for less, or splurge on your dream piece, from living room to bedroom. Stop by your local showroom today, or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com.
Scandinavian Designs Furniture in Castleton and at ScandinavianDesigns.com.
Traffic on the fives. We do traffic during a government shutdown because we care. Matt Baird does it for free.
Damn straight.
Damn straight, Skippy son.
Straight. Let's go, Skippy. Southbound 65 coming in from Boone County. Looks pretty good right now as we check it out from State Road 47 down to 865, the dog leg, and it looks pretty good. Just 19 minutes on your travel time. No delays at the moment. Westbound 70 through Hancock County. Good morning, Greenfield. Looking just fine as you make your way to 465 on the east side. That's a 12-minute trip from State Road 9. Again, no delays. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy Button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The left is upset that the Secretary of War is setting the standard for the military. Sorry, you guys, not you, them, That's weird. Who does Pete Hegseth think he is? He's the youngest guy in the room, the most inexperienced guy in the room. He's the Secretary of War. Well, Tony, they haven't officially changed the Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War. Okay, that's fine. But I am going to use the term Secretary of War, if that's all right. Also, Gulf of America. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Oh, my gosh, the generals, and they were all silent. It speaks volumes. Tell the generals to do what they're told. Tony, did you just tell the generals, any general within the sound of my voice, the secretary set the standard, your job is to live by it? Because we've seen the standard that was set by people like Lloyd Austin wearing 14 masks and going AWOL. Maybe the idea of everybody should be physically fit in the military is better. Well, Tony, you couldn't pass that regiment. I have 2 arms that don't work as they used to, and no, maybe I couldn't. But no one's asking me to stand the post, although if I was asked, I would do. For my country, I would do. If the moment came that you needed me on the wall, there I would be. But I don't think that moment is here. It's very possible we're all better off. But this isn't about me and my physical capabilities, is it? That's a conversation for the most weak-minded, the sad, the pathetic, the ignorant, the fool, the people who don't deserve your vote nor your kindness. This is about being given a direct order. This is about being told, here's the standard we're going to uphold. And now I've got people who served here and did this and have an opinion there saying, who is the Secretary of War to give such standards? He's the secretary, approved by the Senate, chosen by the president, who is elected by the people. That's who he is. So, to the generals, the admirals, and anybody else who has a problem with any of this, nobody asked your opinion. Shave the beard. Get everybody in formation. Stop doing things based on ideological nonsense and be a lethal fighting force. This is what we want. This is what we voted for. This is what you were just ordered to do. Don't give us any lip. I didn't realize this one was so difficult for people. Oh, there's going to be plenty of people squawking, and they'll all go to, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. This isn't about me. It's not about you. It's about we. And the weirdest thing in the world is standards are good. Standards are good. People want them. They want to know that there is a goal. They want to know there's something that has to be achieved, that they are striving towards something, that they are indeed elite. It shouldn't be just anybody. It should be people who want it more than maybe you, who feel that calling more than maybe you. I am stunned by the ignorance of the response to Pete Hegseth yesterday. And if you missed any of it, I will have more of that coming at 6:45. As for drug prices, where we now are going to have Trump RX, oh, holy hell. What are we doing? This was the announcement yesterday of a new pricing arrangement with Pfizer. It is going to be a government-run website called Trump RX for consumers to buy drugs directly from manufacturers. Pfizer is going to offer some of its drugs on the site at a reduced rate. This was executive orders about most favored nation pricing, which was to say whatever it is that you sell, name the drug, in a country at the lowest price, that has to be the price sold in the United States. Pfizer stock, by the way, went up 6.8%. Well, I guess when you've got the government doing the marketing for you, that might be seen as a boon. Don't ask me if I'm a fan of any of this. I'm not a fan of any of this. I think it's just weird as can be. Because I am not interested in any way, shape, or form with the government fixing prices. I don't want that. I want the government getting rid of regulation, the regulatory burden, to make it easier to bring things to market in many ways. And if that reduces costs, well, that's fantastic. That's good news. If we have legislation or other things in the way that are causing us to have higher prices, I'm in favor of Congress doing its job. Some government mandate of you can only charge this much? No thanks. Totally weird, and so are the people who want that. That isn't what we do here. No, of course the president's wrong on that subject. The discounts on a lot of its popular drugs from Pfizer on this Trump RX. Why would you call it Trump RX? Do we really think that calling it Obamacare is some kind of joyous thing? They're going to offer between 50 and 100% discounts. 100%? We're now offering drugs for free? All right, wait a second. Maybe this has some pluses. Here's what they're going to offer. This is what the White House talked about. Echolalia, which is a dermatitis treatment. Xeljanz, which is for rheumatoid arthritis, which a lot of people would, put a thumbs up for, but they can't actually do that with the thumb. It's an arthritis joke, ladies and gentlemen. Gosh. Years ago on WIBC, that joke would have killed, but the audience has gotten so much younger that most people are like, I don't have that, so I don't understand. No. Now, our audience is not the rheumatoid arthritis audience, but they do all have some level of sciatica. Honestly, you're all killing me. Killing me. A Zavspret, which is for migraines, that has got to be brutal. People who get migraines, that's got to be awful. Maybe one or two in my life. Like behind the eyes kind of stuff. Is that what we're talking about? Because people get them all the time, and I don't. That is a hard functioning, and light bothers you and everything else. That is rough. Do you get migraines, Producer Carl?
Yeah, but not severe.
Okay, but you do. But it's behind the eyes. Is that where you feel it, or
it's more like a sinus thing? But yeah, I get ocular migraines where you basically go blind for about 20 minutes.
You get what?
Ocular migraines.
You just making that up?
No, you can look it up. So you get
that's not going to happen. Is it a pain in your eye?
No, it's all of a sudden you start seeing sparklies in front of your eyes and you legally are blind. And it's always 20 minutes. You can look at your watch if you can see, and in 20 minutes it goes away.
Sparklies.
Yeah.
What are sparklies?
Like all these flashes, like if you're seeing fireworks in your eyes and you see all of the color spectrum.
Oh, that happens to me every time I look at Matt Bear. Right?
I thought they were.
I look at Matt Bear and I immediately hear Dreamweaver.
I thought sparklies were the little things you put on your nipples. But
no.
Something else.
No.
Okay.
Those are not,
All right.
Those are not sparklies.
Wrong place to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, kids going to school. How you doing?
No, all I said was the N-word, nipples. That's okay. That's
Did you just refer to? Oh God.
I'm in so much trouble right now. Hey, how about that
Lord,
traffic?
This conversation started out as a health segment. Oh, what a way to go. I did not have this on my bingo card. Matt Bear with the tassels.
Northbound
traffic.
Stop and go traffic from Raymond Street. Northbound 65, stop and go traffic from Raymond Street up to the South Split. And that's because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing. Added additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the Fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Consumer confidence hits its lowest level since April.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Kids back in school and out of your hair? Now it's time to take care of yours. Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has an offer that will help give you the softest hair, skin, and nails, plus give life to your appliances and fixtures. Yes, we're talking about water softeners. For the month of September, Hope will give you $500 off the purchase of a water softener plus carbon filter. So give yourself the gift of soft water and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
At Price Point Comfort, we promise you'll never be sold something you don't need. Call us at 317-455-1124 or see us at pricepointcomfort.com.
Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What leaders are saying about a government shutdown. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis going up to 84 degrees. Right now we have 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The federal government shut down earlier this morning after Senate Democrats and Republicans failed to reach a funding deal. Representative Kevin Kiley of California criticized Democrats' push to extend a health insurance tax credit.
So if Schumer is actually interested in negotiating, he should present reasonable items to negotiate.
His appearance on Fox News, President Trump warned that if Democrats didn't support the Republican-backed funding extension, he would consider dismissing federal employees and scaling back programs favored by their party. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is pushing back on claims that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is driving a government shutdown out of fear of a primary challenge from her.
This is so not about me in this moment. This is about people being able to insure their children.
And she spoke with MSNBC last night. Trump met with Senate Minority Leader Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on Monday to talk shutdowns, then posted photos of the meeting on Truth Social as the vote failed and the clock ran out. Turning Point USA will kick off another event that founder Charlie Kirk was set to host before he was assassinated on September 10th. Fox's Claudia Cowan at Utah State University.
Prominent Republicans and conservative leaders will take up his mantle and carry on his mission. Security is very tight inside and outside of the university's basketball arena where this event is being held, and police are out in force. At least 5,000 people have showed up. They will all need to go through metal detectors, no large bags allowed, and if they leave, no re-entry allowed either. Panel speakers included Utah Governor Spencer Cox and former Utah Congressman and Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz. They're inviting people to step up to the mic for some spirited civil debate.
Turning Point USA will host an event in Bloomington later this month where Tucker Carlson will speak, and Charlie Kirk was scheduled to appear at that event. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. California-based Plug and Play joined leaders from Indiana University on Tuesday to launch the IU Lab Life Tech Accelerator near downtown Indianapolis. The accelerator is designed to support up to 40 life sciences startups annually with access to mentors, workshops, and corporate partners. Plug and Play bills itself as an innovation platform that connects startups with key people and is partnering with IU, Indiana University Health, and BioCrossroads to advance life science innovation, says founder and CEO Saeed Amidi.
We feel this combination of Indiana University, IU Lab, Eli Lilly's headquarters, magic. We think magic could happen if we can get everybody to collaborate together.
Amazon is planning to establish a 1 million square foot fulfillment center and add hundreds of jobs in Greenfield. The company declined to specify its financial investment in the project, but said the Hancock County facility will utilize advanced technology to process packages daily. As Google withdraws its plans in Indianapolis, another major data center project in central Indiana is getting even bigger. Earlier this week, Morgan County officials gave a preliminary green light for an unnamed developer to rezone an additional 158 acres near the town of Monrovia for data center use. The project is slated to see $1 billion worth of investment. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Our Innovate Indiana series is on the move in October. Join us for Innovate Southern Indiana in New Albany, October 1st. Innovate South Bend Elkhart in South Bend, October 14th. And Innovate South Central Indiana in Bloomington, October 24th. The Innovate series is presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. Each location will feature a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, and what's next for each region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Members of United Auto Workers Local 5 have ratified a new contract with South Bend-based AM General. The union has about 400 members of the company's Mishawaka manufacturing campus, which builds the Humvee and Next Generation Joint Light Tactical Vehicle for the U.S. military. The new contract, the union said in a news release, gives members a 12% wage increase over 3 years. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, Gary, south side, northbound 65 slow through the construction, South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That is a 5-minute delay. And checking westbound 70 on our way into the north split from the east side. Looking good, guys, right now. 4-minute travel time from 465 on the east side into the north split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
It seems that producer Carl is not alone and that there are a fair amount of people who are in the chat room there as we live stream on YouTube. They're texting in to 317-239-9393. You can text, by the way. They get ocular migraines. which they describe as like looking into a kaleidoscope. I think that when I look into a kaleidoscope, I might be high. So I'm wondering if everyone's just really high. Maybe. 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:37. A check on sports and the fever.
Tony, good morning. Last night in Las Vegas.
And this Indiana Fever team in 2025 persevering through so much. But ultimately, this season comes to an end.
Yeah, that's John Nolan calling the Fever's 107-98 overtime loss to the Las Vegas Aces on the old National Bank Radio Network. The Aces advanced to the WNBA Finals, ending head coach Stephanie White's postseason run.
They're a great example to everybody, what it means to just put one foot in front of the other, to persevere, to not give in to circumstance, and I'm just thankful for this experience with them.
And the Fever lost another player last night. Kelsey Mitchell left the game. She never returned. She had cramps. Nafisa Collier, vice president on the WNBA PA's executive committee, blasted the commissioner, calling her the worst leader in the world. And in baseball, the Cubs took a 1-0 lead in the wild card series by beating the Padres 3-1. The Dodgers jumped ahead of their matchup with the Reds, doubling them up 10-5. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Save 50% on all pottery and herbaceous perennials at Sundown Gardens, 186th Street, Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com.
So, yeah, as you heard from Ryan Hedrick, the Fever lose in Game 5 in overtime. Great series, and good on them. And I'm sorry to see it for the city. I'm sorry to see it for them. But if this is what you can do without two of your main players, and everyone else is able to pick up this much, first of all, Stephanie White, I don't know if they've done Coach of the Year, but that should be a legitimate conversation for the Fever and for the WNBA. And number two, dear Lord, if I'm the Simons, right? The Simons are the one. Yeah. You keep everybody together. Imagine what you do healthy. I mean, this is nuts. And this should have been a year for it, right? But the WNBA allowed these things to happen to Caitlin Clark. The injury to Sophie Cunningham. They allowed this stuff to take place. And we spoke yesterday that the coach of the Minnesota Lynx went to town on the WNBA officiating. This is terrible. This is awful. What are you doing? She got fined $15,000. Stephanie White of the Fever agreed with Coach Reeve of the Lynx. Stephanie White got fined $1,000. I said yesterday I would pay the fine. No one got in touch with me. I'm just saying I'm still willing to do exactly that. I will pay the fine for Stephanie White. She didn't say anything wrong. She's correct. Now you've got a player for this team, the Lynx, Lynx, out of Minnesota. Do I pronounce her name Nafisa Collier? I believe I do. Refers to the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert. Quote, we have the worst leadership in the world. This real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity with which it operates. That is accurate. That is absolutely accurate. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. Engelbert is disheartened. Okay. I swear, the fans actually want to see this thing. I know it sounds weird and strange and odd. I get it. I get that as a league, it can't yet satisfy itself. But it has its opportunity, and maybe this is players seeing that opportunity. And I don't think we should be the people who are naysayers of this. We should be the people who say, good. Will it ever be as popular as the NBA? Absolutely not. Will it ever be as physical? Absolutely not. Will it ever be as technical? Absolutely not. Will it be something that people want to watch and as entertainment and as actual competition? Hell yes. Are they better than you are? Absolutely. And if the players are now engaged in the what is the best league we can create, good. Does it mean that the players get to run roughshod over the owners? No. I think the NBA has handled that wrong in what they have done. If it means, dear Lord, a standard wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. As a matter of fact, a standard is standard. I am with them every step of the way. Every step of the way. And I still offer to pay Stephanie White's fine because that fine is ridiculous. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hammer and Nigel.
America has a new favorite beer. It's Mick Ultra. If you remember, Modelo was the number one beer in America. They're blaming Trump. The Trump administration's immigration policies have affected its sales.
Come on. At least Cracker Barrel came out and said, hey, we screwed up. We're going to go back to the way things were. Bud Light never did.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony. South side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue 1 to the south split. It is a 5-minute delay. And a reminder for Carmel coming up on Monday. Phase 1 of Level Up 31 starts. That means the exit from eastbound 465 to Meridian, southbound Meridian, and that's going to be shut down amongst others. We will have this at Matin Traffic and at WIBC Traffic, but keep in mind changes coming to Carmel on Monday with road construction beginning a big project. It's going to take a while. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:46.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Upholding and demanding high standards is not toxic. Enforcing high standards, not toxic leadership. Leading warfighters toward the goals of high, gender-neutral, and uncompromising standards in order to forge a cohesive, formidable, and lethal Department of War is not toxic. It is our duty, consistent with our constitutional oath. Real toxic leadership is endangering subordinates with low standards. Real toxic leadership is promoting people based on immutable characteristics or quotas instead of based on merit. Real toxic leadership is promoting destructive ideologies that are an anathema to the Constitution and the laws of nature and nature's God, as Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence.
There are people on the political left disagreeing with that. And that's why they can't be allowed to win elections. And they sure as heck cannot lead anyone into battle. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I'll debate this with anyone. Anywhere. The standard matters and matters greatly. That was Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, having this conversation when you had assembled the generals and the admirals. Now, if you ask me, do I think you needed to assemble the generals and the admirals to have this conversation? The answer is no. No, I don't think you did. Was this a bit of about the show of it? Sure. The big American flag in the back, it's Hegseth doing a Patton routine. In ways, that's the visual. The message, though? We're going to argue the message? We're going to say who is Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, to have these conversations with the generals? We've done a lot of losing. You want to talk to me about Milley or Mattis or anybody else and talk about their long and storied history? How about, as has been noted, everything since 1991? Can we notice the failures? Can we notice the incapability? Can we notice the incapacity? Can we notice the lack of leadership? Or somehow we're not allowed to because we never put on the uniform? It's a civilian-led force. I'll notice anything I damn well please. I defy anyone to tell me I can't. Are we at our best? And the answer is no. We should try to be at our best. That makes sense.
Today is about people, and it's about culture. The topic today is about the nature of ourselves. Because no plan, no program, no reform, no formation will ultimately succeed unless we have the right people and the right culture at the War Department. If I've learned one core lesson in my 8 months in this job, it's that personnel is policy. Personnel is policy. The best way to take care of troops is to give them good leaders committed to the warfighting culture of the department.
Maybe that's the thing they object to most of all, that there is a war-fighting culture. The military doesn't exist for other reasons. It's not a tool of social justice. It's not a tool of social justice. I'm not interested in anybody's social justice. Well, we have to allow opportunities for women and this and that and the other. We have to allow for having the best fighting force in the history of the world every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. And if we're not doing that, we're doing it wrong. There's nothing else. I would laugh at people, whether they served or not, who told me there was something else, because that is a complete misread of the situation. Complete.
I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task, or under a leader who was the first but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed.
What else is there? What else is there? If you missed Tony Katz yesterday, I played a whole bunch of the speech and gave my commentary throughout. Get the podcast wherever it is you get your podcast. Just search for Tony Katz Today and subscribe, and you'll be able to hear it. I gave it the hour because I thought it was that worthy, and let people hear him for themselves and then decide for themselves, which is always the way these things are done. But the anger, who do you think you are? How dare you speak to the generals that way? Why shouldn't generals be spoken to that way? What are they, flowers? I go back to my story about the Colts. A guy who is no longer there. There was an admiral who was in the press room. And it was something that the NFL was doing with the military. And this was Obama. And there was a troop movement, and I asked about the troop movement. And the next week, I wasn't allowed back in the press room. It's a true story. I was trying to learn about the Colts, trying to speak to the guys who follow these things so I could have an understanding and better be able to do it here. And certainly, like at one time, the Colts scored, and I clapped my hands. I applauded, and they're like, no, we don't do that here. I'm like, oh, you're absolutely right. We're focused on the thing, right? I learned. But I asked the question of an admiral about the military, and the Colts threw me out of the room. That's a true story, so help me. If you can't ask an admiral about troop movements any day of the week, what in the world are they an admiral for? Of what value are they? How did they earn that position? It's my question. It's still my question. This is 9 years later? They're not flowers. They're not children. They're not weak. They can handle a question, and they can be told by their superiors, here are the new standards, you follow them. Who has an issue with this? The answer is people who want clicks and people who are ideologically not in step with winning. Give me your thoughts. I'm all ears. Matt Bear has traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Northbound 65 south side, stop-and-go traffic. Keystone Avenue on to the south split at a 6-minute delay because of road construction. And we're looking okay. Coming up from Greenwood this morning, Johnson County, hello, northbound 65, fine from State Road 44 up to the south split. You do hit that slowdown with construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
WIBC is teaming up with Shepherd Community Center and Gleaners to support Indy. Stop by 4107 East Washington Street this Friday from 3 to 5 for a food distribution event that's all about giving back. Full details at WIBC.com.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at
anytime. Sarah in Fountain Square said, after investing in a property in Fountain Square, I ran into some financial trouble and needed to sell the place fast for maximum dollars. I hired the Mark Dietel team, and they were able to sell my property within weeks for over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. At Schneider, you can find a driving position that fits your lifestyle and goals, all while getting the pay you deserve. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Explore Schneider's huge selection of driving jobs today and find your perfect fit at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what Hoosier political leaders are saying about a government shutdown, what Indianapolis police are saying about crime numbers after 5 people shot and killed on Tuesday, and what happened with the Indiana Fever in the playoffs after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. A government shutdown begins. I'm Dave Anthony.
The only real victim here is the American people. This is so unnecessary and uncalled for.
That's Republican Senate Leader John Thune after the House passed bill that provides 7 more weeks of funding was blocked by Democrats. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is demanding provisions to extend health care subsidies set to expire at the end of the year.
The vast majority of Americans get those bills. And they're going to say, what the heck are we going to do? We need health care, but we can't afford it.
GOP Senator Rick Scott tells Fox he's frustrated.
If you didn't do your job in business, you didn't get paid. You don't show up and do your job, you don't get paid. Why are we getting paid? We shouldn't get paid if we don't do our job.
But while members of Congress will still get paychecks in the shutdown, other workers providing essential services from law enforcement to the military to airport security will not get paid unless there's new funding. Hundreds of thousands of other federal workers may be furloughed or lose their jobs permanently. President Trump warns Democrats.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them. like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
2 unions representing federal employees have filed lawsuits challenging the president's authority to lay them off. There are 2 natural disasters overseas. An earthquake rocked the Philippines, a magnitude 6.9 shaking, killing at least 69 people. Rescuers are searching for anyone trapped in collapsed or damaged homes and buildings. There's also a frantic search in Indonesia after a school collapsed. At least 91 students still unaccounted for. The 3 have been found dead so far.
Parents are there with more than 300 rescue workers at the Islamic boarding school in Sidoarjo, Indonesia. The collapse happened during afternoon prayers on Monday on a lower floor of a 2-story building where 2 floors were being added, reportedly an unauthorized expansion. Police say the foundation couldn't take the weight of the new concrete being poured. Oxygen, food, and water has been sent through narrow gaps to teenage boys believed to be trapped alive.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Indianapolis police say crime is going down. Clear radar 60 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 84. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 7:02. Gunshots and body bags across the capital city Tuesday as 5 people are killed in a matter of 16 hours. And despite your perception of the way crime is trending in the Circle City, IMPD officer Tommy Thompson says crime is going down.
You know, and I don't know why that is, if that's a social media has... You know, we have so many different forms of social media, and it's out there more in our face and in our hands instead of a newspaper, the older form. But it is down, right? The statistics show it's down.
He added,
5 years, we have over 25% down in violent crime. That's huge, but that's what we need to continue to see. Chief Bailey said it, though. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue to drive that number down because we have a responsibility to the victims. Every victim deserves to have us solve their crime.
Shootings happen on almost every part of the city yesterday, including 3 people killed on the northwest side. A man was killed on the near west side. Another man was killed in the woods on the northwest side. Later in the afternoon, IMPD did not announce any arrests in the shootings that happened on Tuesday. But they did announce arrests from a shooting that happened last weekend. Here's Jake McDaniel.
IMPD found 2 cars that were shot near East South Street, and a man who they believe was involved later arrived at a hospital. Police first arrested Joshua Vaughn and Ron Paul after they tried to hide their guns. A car linked to the shooting showed up and drove off, which led to a chase. Police tracked down to Jamion Cantrell and James Gary Jr., where they found a gun and evidence of drug dealing in a car. All 4 were charged. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Parts of the federal government are shut down this morning after Congress missed last night's funding deadline. Hoosier political leaders are reacting this morning. Congressman Jim Banks says Democrats own the shutdown. Democrat Congressman Andre Carson posted a photo on the House floor saying Democrats showed up and Republicans didn't even come to work. And Senator Todd Young took a middle-of-the-road approach, urging both sides to pass a clean bill. The season is over for the Indiana Fever. They lost to the Las Vegas Aces in overtime Tuesday, 107-98.
This has been my best year. Seriously, I think with the people that we had in the locker room, the amount of fun that I had on the court, off the court, in the locker room, we just talked about how special this group was and how we're always going to be connected. And honestly, that's how I feel like these women became my sisters.
And that's Aaliyah Boston, and the Fever would have made it to the WNBA Finals for the first time in about 10 years. Kelsey Mitchell left the game after cramping. She had to be helped off the floor. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Baer.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the south side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue on to the south split. That is a work zone. And then checking out westbound 465 on the north side and looking just fine from 31 over to the 865 interchange. Everything coming in from Fishers. Moving up to speed on inbound 69 from 116th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Who do we have? Is it Ryan Morse or is it Tara Hastings?
It's Ryan.
Ryan Morse, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Yeah, welcome to October. It's not feeling that way with our temperatures today in the afternoon. Getting in the low to mid-80s, plenty of sunshine is expected. For reference, our average high for this time of year is in the lower 70s. We're easily going to be above that through the next couple days. Tonight, mostly clear, low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Sunny skies for Thursday, highs in the lower 80s. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all mostly sunny, temperatures in the mid-80s. We desperately need the rain at this point across our area. There's a small hope as we're going into next week, Monday and Tuesday. Smaller chances of rain, but nothing significant in our area.
That is Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate all the good work, sir. 57 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:06.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard air dealer.
So the Indiana Fever, Game 5, lose in overtime. They will not move on to the finals. I don't even think anybody's going to watch the finals now. Honestly. What are you going to do? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Was it the Phoenix Mercury against the Las Vegas Aces? It's all a Western affair. I think that's who it is. It's Phoenix Mercury. Incredible that they got this far in the season, and would have loved to have seen this come back to Indianapolis for the city, for the state, for them. Onward and upward. Everybody healthy next year. Let's go to work. And then there's the story out of Carmel. And this isn't the only city having its issues, but this fight between the council and the mayor, Sue Finkham, and what are we actually fighting about? What is going on? People are crossing the lines. The relationship has become increasingly tense. There was the whole conversation of, hey, let's create a nonprofit to run some things and let's fund it to take care of, the arts? And then the council said, what are you talking about? We're not spending this money. And the mayor said, oh, yes, we are. And the council said, we're going to shut the whole thing down. And the mayor was like, all right, we won't do this thing. Maybe we'll try some other things. But now this one's angry and this one's mad. And the councilors are referring to things as manufactured drama. The mayor is alleging that members harass city employees, suggesting the group take harassment prevention training. Can someone explain to me what's going on here? Do I think it's all the mayor? No. Do I think it's all the council? No. I want to understand what the story is. According to the reporting from yourcurrent.com, the email from the mayor, Sue Finkham, calls out comments made by a counselor by the name of Matt Snyder about a female city employee being all dolled up, and an email from Counselor Ryan Locke allegedly denigrating a department leader as examples of actions that must immediately stop. All dolled up. Can I ask the context? The denigration, can I ask what that was? What is that? Frank and direct statements between elected officials can often serve the public interest if they are made in good faith and meant to be constructive, according to the mayor, Sue Finkham, in an email. But as the city's chief executive officer, I respectfully ask that all interactions with staff be civil, respectful, and free of language or behavior that could reasonably be perceived as harassing, demeaning, or intimidating. I would like to understand what happened here. This, according to the reporting, the counselor, Matt Snyder, referred to Kelly Douglas, director of the city's marketing and communications department. He described her as all dolled up for a television interview when he ran into her at City Hall. I live in Carmel, as you know, because I didn't know any better, and this is where I moved, right? I am sorry. If it's okay with all of you, lower my taxes. I don't want to hear anybody being offended. I don't want to hear anybody having an opinion. You think someone's all dolled up? Keep your mouth closed. You think it's wrong to say all dolled up? Keep your mouth closed. Lower my taxes. What are we doing here? And can we cut it out with all the apartments? I mean, if we want to have a conversation about Carmel, I'm more than willing. I'm also willing to have the conversation about anywhere else. Do we still have a city council in Brownsburg that doesn't care about small business at all? Because it seems you don't care about small business at all. And then, of course, we can go around the horn and picking all the insanities of all of these places. What is this? What is this? This is what's going on in Carmel? 317-239-9393. 5 microphones. No waiting. What the hell are you people doing? And why are you doing it? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ending the war immediately?
93 WIBC.
This can be done the easy way or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done.
We're headed to a shutdown.
What happens next?
Because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
Happens here.
3 people are dead following a late-night shooting.
Why would you not want your citizens to be safe?
Stay in the know while you're on the go.
Because the young socialists are coming for him.
We're ready to put up a fight that will shift priorities to a focus on the homeland.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
This is the take care of my family goal. This is the enjoy the life I've built goal. This is the set up a foundation goal. This is Busey, where your goals become lasting legacies. Through bespoke plans that maximize your wealth, through partnerships that give you peace of mind. Because building wealth, tending to it, and passing it down secures a brighter future. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
When you wake up.
You understand this is about money. 1,000% they started this.
When you work.
As long as the category was all Bruce Springsteen all the time.
I told you I think I could win a game of Jeopardy. I could not go on a run.
When you drive home.
Is it time to try something new, you think? Because it hasn't worked, and maybe try something new.
Traffic when you need it.
Stopped on 465 again.
And updates all the time.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go.
Stay in the know wherever you go with 93 WIBC. Hammer and Nigel.
Weatherman upset that Trump cutting some funding to the National Weather Service.
The war on science.
Yeah, tell me more about that science that told me I had to wear a mask made in China that didn't protect me from anything. Tell me about the science of 6 feet apart. Tell me about the science of being in a restaurant. You can sit down and eat with no mask, but you got to stand up and wear a mask. But if you go to can, you got to stand back up and put it on again.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. Heck of a guy. What's going on out there?
What's up, Tony? Southside northbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street up to the south split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69 is tightened up from 106th Street to 82nd. North side, eastbound 465 slows from Ditch Road over to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free. UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
I'm in love with the girl that I'm talking about. I'm in love.
I can't live without. I'm in love, but I sure picked a bad time to be in love.
Getting ready for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. If it's in your four walls, you know the rest. It's Booher Remodeling to the rescue. See, I didn't make it rhyme that time, but it's true. If it's inside your four walls, Booher Remodeling is the call. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, that remodel, which, yeah, it can be a pain. It can take time. It can be of concern. It could be of such concern you're paralyzed. Do you do it? Do you not? You haven't called Booher. You haven't sat down and had that free initial consultation. You haven't spoken to them about your needs, about what it is you're trying to create. You haven't heard how their 5-step design process works, so you have the least amount of stress. You know exactly what's happening every step of the way, and the project is done on time. Booher Remodeling delivers quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. They're using the name brands you know and trust. Their technicians, their carpenters, their people, they're the best. They've been with Booher, working with Booher, growing with Booher for over 2 decades, taking care of Central Indiana. They've done work for me. They're going to do more work for me. Let them do the work for you as well. Talk to Booher Remodeling today about your kitchen remodel, your bathroom remodel, turning that basement into an actual part of the home, or maybe you've got another idea. Yeah, Booher is the call. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, people, because I have got so much more. And now the Pope is encouraging Hamas to take the deal that was put forth by the United States, agreed to by Israel, a peace deal where the hostages are returned and the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, withdraw from Gaza. I have no idea if Hamas is going to take that deal or not. And when they don't take the deal, will those people who have been screaming genocide like freaks, lying to themselves and lying to others, and I'm not just talking about, the Tucker Carlson set. I'm talking about all those social media absolute weirdos who don't understand what's happening and lie. When Hamas doesn't take the deal, which, yeah, let them take the deal, let the hostages be returned, let this stop. Let this stop. Let Hamas surrender, as we've been discussing for years, and this will be over. When Hamas doesn't take the deal, will they admit, hey, maybe this Hamas thing is a problem? By the way, the BBC is reporting that Hamas is likely to reject the peace plan. So, the hateful will keep on keeping on, and they'll call me a warmonger and all the rest. Honestly, doesn't matter what they say. What matters is that their nonsense has really infected younger generations. And that's an issue. That's a real problem and needs to be addressed by parents in their own kids. This isn't about whether or not you think the Israeli government is the best at this, that, or the other, or Israeli way of life, whatever. This is about whether or not, when you're attacked, can you respond and end the threat, which Hamas is. We would end any terrorist threat anywhere, anytime. We're doing so much damage to the cartels right now that the cartels are looking to Europe to make more money. True story. And me, I'm in favor of going 5 miles into Mexico and wiping out any cartel member that exists and turning the whole thing into a DMZ. If we want to put an end to the fentanyl coming into the United States and other issues. End it. I don't care if they make money. I care that we survive and survive well. The Israelis care that the Israelis survive and survive well. some troll and on social media doesn't like it, I don't think Israel cares. Peace deal's out there, and what the BBC is reporting is that Hamas is going to reject it. Of course, because Hamas doesn't want peace, and neither do the students at Columbia University and some of the students at IU and all across Indiana and all across the country. What they want is death and destruction. Certainly that's the true of the online trolls. No question. But that isn't the story I come with. Now, the story I come with is this very weird thing that Josh Hawley was involved in, the senator from Missouri, who I don't always agree with, where he's speaking to somebody about their desires to defund the police. It's always about defunding the police, and that in one of their statements, they talk about creating the importance of police being the problem, and what we need to do is create a safe space for the LGBTQ world and those people who are two-spirit. We've heard this nonsense term before. It's a group called Community Justice Action Fund, a policymaker's playbook to reduce gun violence without police in communities. They advocate for defunding the police. That's still a thing, of course, the left believes in, and investing in programs that acknowledge the need for safe space initiatives led by lesbian, gay, bisexual, two-spirit, trans, and gender nonconforming people. To which you have Senator Hawley asking the question of a guy by the name of Greg Jackson, hey, what's two-spirit? Which is a legitimate question.
And led to the deaths of millions of Americans. Now you say you've never heard of defunding the police. Your own report recommends it on page after page after page. Let me ask about something else you say. Here's what you say we ought to invest in. Instead of funding the police, here's what we ought to invest in. We need to invest in programs that acknowledge the need for safe space initiatives led by lesbian, gay, bisexual, two-spirit, trans, and gender nonconforming people. What's two-spirit?
Well, look, I don't know exactly. You guys are pulling some interesting quotes.
This is from your report.
If you look at the report, the focus is on investing in violence intervention, outreach workers.
What is you say that you shouldn't invest in the police, but we ought to invest in two-spirit community programs that acknowledge two-spirit.
Look, we are not going to discriminate against that. We're not going to discriminate against any nonprofit that wants to help us prevent violence in our community.
What is two-spirit? You say don't fund the police, but do fund programs that create safe spaces for two-spirit people. What is? I just want to know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
A legitimate question. You put it in the report. You need to be able to answer the question. Now, I don't think there's any cursing in here, Producer Carl, but how about finger on the dump button, just in case? Just in case.
Well, I honestly, I'm not completely aware of the language or the
wrote the
report. How that was
report?
But what I'm telling you is that what
is a two-spirit individual? I mean, really, this is your policymaker's playbook. You are the witness called by the Democrats on this committee, so I assume you reflect their views. Well, you don't want to fund the police. You want to fund safe spaces for two-spirit individuals. What is a two-spirit person?
I feel like I'm looking at a two-faced individual because you talk about reducing
violence. Oh, no, sir.
Violence.
You're looking at somebody who's reading you your own words, and I'd like to hear an answer.
Programs.
Here's the answer. The answer is you don't have any solutions. You want to invest in gobbledygook and take away money from police officers who actually keep our communities safe, and when you're called on the record, you deny it.
That is what happened. Won't answer the question. If you put something in your report, you might be asked about the thing. If you tell me, how dare you look at that? Well, isn't this something we've been discussing here now for months? When the political right does something, the political left says, look, 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 look. When the political left does something, they then look at the political right and say, why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at us? Why are you so obsessed with us? How dare you notice? It's very weird. It's very odd. It's very strange. I don't know what it is either. I do know that I have no interest in any level of safe space that comes from any level of government. If people want to have a private club, let them. Let them. If you want to have government create clubs, no. And defunding the police is exactly what they meant when they said it years ago. They tried to cover that up, but we all see what the story is. You want to send social workers out to deal with the violence in Indianapolis, you go right ahead. And to that end, to the IMPD, you didn't just tell us that violent crime is going down, did you? We'll discuss that at 7:45. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matty?
All right, Tony. Inbound 69, 5-minute delay, 116th Street, 282nd. South side, northbound 65, stop and go from Keystone into the South Split because of construction. That's a 4-minute delay. South side, eastbound 465, slow from 65 over to Emerson Avenue. And on the west side, northbound 465, slow from Crawfordsville Road up to West 38th Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel's show this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. Tony Kennett will call in. And will the unisex bathroom across from us finally explode? Find out this afternoon.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? You know, if the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 17% off, restrictions apply, and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET. That's 800-5HELMET or gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Who needs a Vegas trip to win big? McCordsville's got the jackpot right here. Financial Center, your newest credit union, is throwing a sidewalk series from September 30th through October 17th, every Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Play games, win prizes, and enter a giveaway for $1,000 cash. So skip the long flight and just join Financial Center on the sidewalk. Find out more and explore exclusive offers at fcfcu.com/McCordsville. Federally insured by NCUA. Giveaway terms and conditions apply.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Ending the war immediately.
93 WIBC.
This can be done the easy way or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done.
We're headed to a shutdown.
What happens next?
Because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
Happens here.
3 people are dead following a late-night shooting.
Why would you not want your citizens to be safe?
Stay in the know while you're on the go.
Because the young socialists are coming for him.
We're ready to put up a fight that will shift priorities to a focus on the homeland.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Window,
We mean business.
We mean business.
If you're having issues with your current heating or cooling system and you don't know if you should repair it or replace it, give us a call for a free second opinion at PricePointComfort.com.
PricePoint Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How the government shutdown impacts you. Clear radar, 60 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 85. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. 43 Democrats voted Tuesday to block a House-passed spending bill just hours before a long-anticipated funding deadline, sending the federal government toward a full shutdown for the first time since 2013.
Most federal workers are furloughed, but not the military and those working in national security. Air traffic controllers are on the job, and benefit checks still go out.
That's Fox's Chad Pergram reporting. Now, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer talks about the shutdown.
So we want to sit down and negotiate, but the Republicans can't do it in their partisan way, where they just say it's our way or the highway. We're not doing a thing to deal with the destruction that their health care bills have cost.
And Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries met with President Trump at the White House Monday, angering him after he posted a video of himself wearing a sombrero.
The next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Republicans are accusing Democrats of wanting to give 20 million illegal immigrants health care. Hoosier lawmakers are pointing fingers this morning. Congressman Jim Banks says Democrats own the shutdown. Democrat Congressman Andre Carson posted a photo on the House floor saying Democrats showed up while Republicans didn't come to work, and Senator Todd Young is urging both sides to pass a clean bill and keep the government services operating. 5 people have been shot and killed in Indianapolis over the past 16 hours, including a man found in a backyard on the near west side yesterday afternoon.
It puts everyone in the community at risk because we take up firearms and use them in a criminal manner. This is just not tolerable, and we have to do better.
IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson says 3 of the recent 5 killings happened on the northwest side, where 3 men were shot early yesterday morning. That shooter or shooters have not been caught. Mike Pruitt is back on the job as Johnson County Coroner this morning after a 30-day leave, but he's walking into a nearly gutted office. 5 deputy coroners and a chief deputy have resigned after they questioned his leadership. The 28 women's basketball Final Four will be held at Lucas Oil Stadium. John Herrick explains why.
It was originally supposed to be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, but the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Committee said they're moving it to Lucas Oil to accommodate growing fan interest. The change will add about 13,000 seats. This will also be the first time that the Women's Final Four is played in a football stadium since 2005, which was also in Indianapolis at the old RCA Dome. Reporting outside Lucas Oil Stadium, John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And sports on WIBC. The Indiana Fever season ended in Vegas late last night with a 107-98 overtime loss to the Aces. A win would have sent Lexi Hall and company to their first WNBA finals in a decade.
Obviously, ending on a loss is hard and not what you want, but I do think that we can be proud of the effort we put out there.
Fever guard Kelsey Mitchell left Game 5 against the Aces midway through the third quarter with cramps and never returned.
It's sad. Memories this team will cherish forever. The coaches talk about it, the vets that are on the team talk about it, that you don't get this bond, this tightness, these friendships on every team in pro sports.
And the team made their playoff run without Caitlin Clark and several other women. You've likely heard WNBA players want more money. On Tuesday, Nafisa Collier, vice president on the Player Union Executive Committee, put it this way.
I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power.
And she added that WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert provides the worst leadership in the world. Baseball playoffs underway. The Cubs took a 1-0 lead in their wild card series, beating the Padres 3-1. Great bullpen work in that. And the Dodgers jumped ahead in their wild card matchup with the Reds, doubling them up 10-5. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. With traffic on the 5s, here's Matt Bear.
All right, inbound 69 after 96th Street. That is a stall blocking the center lane, causing stop-and-go traffic. Back to State Road 37. It's a 5-minute delay. Northbound 65 jams from Keystone Avenue up to the South Split, delayed 3 minutes. West side northbound 465 slows from Rockville Road until Crawfordsville Road at a little bit beyond that. And on the south side, 6-minute delay northbound 65 after Keystone into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I swear to you, it is not dirty. I swear. I promise you, it is not dirty, but when you see it, we're going to learn a lot about you. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff, all the stuff. It is all there on the Facebook Marketplace. The whole Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your last paycheck. It's that refund. It's a dividend you didn't even know you were expecting, and they didn't know where to send it because you moved. Yeah, well, the Attorney General's office has it, and now you can have it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Go get your cash. Matt Bear, I posted the photos over there on the Twitter X at Tony Katz. Just by looking at this, do you know what this is?
It looks like a crocodile of some sorts.
You're actually very close.
A spiky back. Back that if you touch, you'll cut your hands.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a handmade sleeping bag. Handmade knit 6-foot alligator blanket sleeping bag. Grandson is too old for it now. So grandma knitted this for the grandson.
Get some, grandma.
And what it looks like is, right, it's got the mouth, and like that's where your head would go.
Yes.
And then it's got the eyes, and then it's got the tail.
Swinging from your knees.
But the way it looks is as it looks like it's got like 2 hands and then 2 feet. So the hands are kind of like up, like I don't know, like Nigel getting arrested for something. And the eyes don't look like eyes. They're kind of mounded. And then there's the white of the eye, and then the just a little dot for the pupil.
Don't fire until you see the white of the eyes.
And there's 2 of them that are a little mounded, and then there's kind of a separation for the tail where the legs would go, and that was done in a different color yarn.
A lot going on here.
At first look, you're like, is this the knitting of a naked woman? That's the first. What is going on here? And then you read, you're like, oh, whoa. It's an alligator.
Yeah.
Which Matt Bear got right away.
Oh, I just got the naked woman reference. Oh, now I see what you're talking about. Okay.
Oh, now you see what I'm talking about. You are so full of it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
you are a fraud.
There's something going on here. This would be like abstract art where you can look at the art and just see anything you want. But there's
So Matt Bear wants to play it like somehow I have the dirty mind.
Yeah.
Would you?
All I saw was a crocodile, just a happy little crocodile that would make a great family pet. And there's something else going on here. There's something very womanly, feminine happening.
You are a fraud.
Oh, yes. What? Total fraud. What?
Fraud.
No.
Of a human being.
I want this.
And by the way, people are so great. Meg on Twitter X said, the problem here is that the legs aren't facing the same way as the hands. That's the issue? Holy cow.
That's my girl.
Yeah, this is 27 levels of inappropriate.
You're saying this would not make a good gym bag.
I'm saying I have to have a conversation with Grandma here.
Make a fanny pack out of it, a little strap that goes around the waist.
This is for sale, Matt Bear. You can have this 6-foot knitted alligator blanket sleeping bag for $25.
It's 6 feet long? God, that's a runner in my apartment. That's
Yes.
carpet.
Oh, you can wear it. You can do it as a runner like you hunted it deep in the Amazon.
You put it on the wall like taxidermy,
Can you say crikey?
Crikey.
There it is.
Yeah,
There it
crikey.
is.
God, my impressions suck.
If you were somebody, as we get ready for the holidays, we're in October. We're 30 days away from Halloween, everybody.
10 from Prime.
And 117 days away from Arbor Day. I have no idea.
Plant a tree.
If you were looking for like a bad gift for somebody, like people do that.
Bad.
Oh, this is golden. But that's the problem. Like, Grandma made this for grandson. It's so loving and so giving. And all I could think is, this is the greatest gag gift of all time.
Tony, you need to get it and put it on your wall.
Put on my wall where?
Behind
should
you.
I put it right behind me in the studio, and that's where it goes?
It's a crocodile from Grandma.
Don't I have enough problems with YouTube? Do I need?
You live
do
in
we
Carmel.
really need to have this?
Right.
So Matt Bear, are you in or you out?
I'm so in for this. I want this, and I think it's a fantastic wall piece, a gym bag, whatever you want to do with it. It's a multi-use crocodile, and it says, "Hey, I'm sexy."
Right. All I want to know if Grandma does other animals, I'd like to see her make a rhino.
Yeah. I get the visual. I'm seeing it.
Just see how it
Thank
works.
you, Carl.
Just. Kids, you have a good day at school. Bye.
Bye.
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Retirement isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about knowing how to play the next movement. Without a plan, your savings can feel like noise instead of music. I'm Jason Hutchins with Guardian Wells Financial. I've seen too many families head into retirement without the guidance they need. That's why I wrote Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. I'd like to mail you a copy at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929. Inside this book, you'll find real-world strategies on turning savings into income, making smarter Social Security decisions, and reducing a bite of taxes in retirement. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 for your book today. Don't wait. Supplies are limited, and when they're gone, they are gone. Orchestrate your retirement. Discover the rhythm of a confident future.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Call 317-660-0929.
Producer Carl is trying to convince me to buy this thing for the studio. Good Lord. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
We're on southbound 69 after 96th Street. It's a stall in the center lane. causing traffic backed up to 116th Street, a 13-minute delay. Northbound 65 on the south side, 8-minute delay from Keystone up to the south split. Southbound 65, 70 stop and go traffic north split down to Fletcher. And then on the west side, it is northbound 465. Pockets of slow before Washington past Crawfordsville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
It's J&V. Save 50% on pottery and herbaceous perennials, along with 40% savings on in-stock patio furniture at Miss M's Home and Garden on State Road 135 in Burgersville.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
It's a radical thing to tell the people of central Indiana that Indianapolis is safe, that everything is fine and that crime is going down. And it's radical because it's as if you do not see, or they do not see, or anybody who would say that would not see what it is we see. Another shooting has taken place. We know it was a violent weekend. We seem to be saying violent weekend a lot lately. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Great to be with you. But there was, if you've been catching the news this morning from Ryan Hedrick in the WIBC newsroom, he did an interview with an IMPD officer by the name of Tommy Thompson. And they've been playing some clips of that interview. I want you to hear what got said, the question asked by our Ryan Hedrick in the WIBC newsroom, and Diego Morales, Secretary of State. It's the newsroom because we do news here, and then people like myself do commentary. Everything you said about WIBC being fake news was a lie. You and Lindsay Eaton, your Tokyo Rose, liars and frauds. Don't think we've forgotten about you, FN Diego. FN, fake news, Diego. He called us fake news, but of course we do report news here and we do commentary here. He was never able to back up his words, nor was his spokesperson. So we just referred to him as fake news, Diego, or really just to make it easier, FN Diego. It makes sense, right, Carl? Right, producer Carl?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So FN Diego, that's it. To this moment, you've never proven what it is you said. It's a lie. The ridiculous response from Lindsay Eaton should mean she never gets hired for anything. You understand that we still see you. You absolute low-rent frauds in this situation. You lied about us. You acted like Democrats. You think you're Trump? On what planet do you think you're tough enough, smart enough, capable enough, or able enough Good Lord. Any delegate thinking of voting for Diego Morales is out of their minds. We can do better. No, he hasn't worked harder than anybody else and hasn't hired the best of the best of the best. He's hired his brother-in-law, and he hired a woman to basically say anything in order to keep her job. That's what happened. But this interview is very interesting from Ryan Hedrick in the WIBC newsroom. Listen. Forgive me right there. It wasn't going through the right speaker, and I needed to go through the right speaker. Now we've got it.
Chief Bailey has talked about perception versus reality in terms of crime numbers. When people are looking at this, they're not thinking about crime numbers. They're just seeing the yellow tape, the forensics van, the children in the back, the man in the back of the car. They're looking at the real totality of these crimes. What can you say to people who say, well, whatever the chief says, we still think crime is up?
You know, and I don't know why that is. If that's a social media, we have so many different forms of social media, and it's out there more in our face and in our hands instead of a newspaper, the older form. But it is down, right? The statistics show it's down. 5 years, we have over 25% down in violent crime. That's huge. But that's what we need to continue to see. Chief Bailey said it, though. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue to drive that number down because we have a responsibility to the victims. Every victim deserves to have us solve their crime, so that they have a voice, because if they're no longer with us, they don't have a voice, and we are that voice.
The fundamental flaw with your arguments, officer, is the very idea of how much has crime gone up. And you argue 25% over 5 years, and yet every day is this. The argument that this is social media is you saying the problem is we're talking about it. We have a crime problem in Indianapolis, and no plan at all, seemingly, to handle it. You think that this is an attack on you. We recognize this as the problem with our society. We discuss it here, at least for this show, as a problem culturally, which the mayor, Joe Hogsett, refuses to address, which civic leaders refuse to address. I would say that that's a cowardly thing to do. It must be addressed. Well, to address it, you might get called a name. Someone might think you're bigoted in some way. Oh, holy hell. Do we want a society that works or not? The argument is there's too much social media is not an argument that works, sir. It's a really bad mistake. And to say that to Ryan Hedrick, who asked the right question, you keep talking about numbers being down, but look at what people see every day. Well, that's because the people see too much. That's what you answered, officer. It's not an answer. Here's what we are doing. We need to be their voice. With all due respect, no one needs to touchy-feely. We don't want to necessarily know what's happening ipso facto. We want to know what's happening to stop things. What level of ability do we have to go about making that happen? And I put forth to you that I do not believe, and I've stated here repeatedly, that it is specifically just and only a policing issue. It is a cultural issue that comes from leadership, and that leadership is absolutely lacking from our mayor, absolutely lacking in many ways from our council, and completely lacking from our so-called civic leaders who want to tell us that we can't even allow any state intervention to making this a better city. Please don't tell us we're paying too close attention, and the problem is violence is down, you're just not willing to accept it. It's not down in any measurable way that can make Hoosiers feel that Indianapolis is a great, safe place. That's the problem. Perception is reality. Matt Barrett's got traffic.
Inbound 69, the stall cleared after 96. 15-minute delay from 96th Street back to State Road 37. South side, northbound 65 slow. Keystone to the south split, delay 10 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
So fired up for a Hammer and Nigel Road Show. Coach's Tavern, downtown, Friday, October 3rd. It's brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink.
The Finnish Long Drink is financially backed by golfer Ricky Fowler and actor Miles Teller. You guys are going to love this, and we're going to sample some of these at Coach's Tavern, downtown, Friday, October 3rd. It's kind of my birthday party with the Finnish Long Drink. We hope to see you there.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
Buy more, save more at Scandinavian Designs Furniture. For a limited time, save $200 instantly for every $800 you spend in store. It's the perfect way to complete your look for less, or splurge on your dream piece, from living room to bedroom. Stop by your local showroom today, or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com.
Scandinavian Designs Furniture in Castleton and at ScandinavianDesigns.com.
Pat Sullivan here. It's that time of year in Indiana when you don't know if you need your AC unit blasting or your furnace to start kicking. Better have both prepared with a $49 AC unit and furnace tune-up from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Is it sweater weather or tank top weather? Nobody knows. But we do know that you can ensure total comfort inside your home for only $49. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Join Citizens Energy Group for free food, fun, and family-friendly activities at Community Resource Day on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Citizens Energy Group, located at 2020 North Meridian Street. Connector resources, assistance programs, and more. On-site translation services provided by Intrends, Inc. Enjoy free food, giveaways, and fun. Community Resource Day is Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Visit citizensenergygroup.com/CRD.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what a Hoosier congressman is saying about a government shutdown, what the Indiana Fever are saying after a decisive Game 5 in Las Vegas, and why the NCAA is moving the women's Final Four after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. A lot of work in the federal government is coming to a halt. I'm Dave Anthony. After Congress failed to provide funding by the midnight deadline.
How is this good for the country? Nobody wins with a shutdown.
Republican Senator Rick Scott also tells Fox he thinks Congress should not get paid like federal employees affected. And he blames Democrats for blocking the House-passed bill that would have provided 7 weeks of funding.
What are the Democrats doing? This is a clean resolution. All we're doing is keeping the funding. Actually, the funding is too high. It's still the Biden funding. But I don't want to shut down government, so I support it.
The Senate's Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, says it's Republicans' fault.
The bottom line is we're not going to negotiate this bill in public. We need to come to a bipartisan solution that protects America's health care.
Now, they want to add provisions to extend Obamacare subsidies that will expire at the end of the year and make coverage more expensive. The shutdown could furlough or even lay off hundreds of thousands of federal employees. Others who have to keep working, like federal law enforcement, won't get paid till there's new funding.
Mail, Social Security checks, and student loan bills are still being delivered. Airports are running. Those workers are considered essential and are expected to show up unpaid for now. The Interior Department's keeping national park roads and open-air memorials open during the shutdown with minimal, if any, restroom cleaning or trail clearing services. Members of the military are working without pay with some services on bases limited.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. Can AI help us beat cancer? President Trump hopes so.
I'm thrilled to sign a very historic executive order to massively accelerate pediatric cancer research and harness the extraordinary potential of artificial intelligence to fight this terrible disease.
He's also increasing funding for AI use at the Department of Health and Human Services. There's a search for children feared trapped alive in Indonesia, where a school collapsed Monday. At least 91 teenage students unaccounted for, so the number of deaths, now 3, is expected to rise. At least 69 people died in the Philippines when the earthquake, the magnitude 6.9 jolt that also may have people trapped. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What an Indianapolis Democrat is saying about the government shutdown. Clear radar in the capital city, 63 degrees, going up to 87. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
Democrats have one single request. Don't take away health care from millions of Americans. But Republicans aren't even in D.C. to negotiate.
That's Congressman Andre Carson.
Don't let them try to fool you. Republicans are in charge of every branch of government. This shutdown is entirely on Republicans.
He posted that video on his X account hours before parts of the federal government shut down after Congress missed last night's funding deadline. Congressman Jim Banks reacting this morning as well, says Democrats own the shutdown. Senator Todd Young taking a different approach, urging both sides to pass a clean bill and keep the government services running. The Indiana Fever season is over.
Final score in overtime. Vegas 107, Indiana 98.
That's John Nolan on the old National Bank Radio Network. The Aces advanced to the WNBA Finals. Criticism leveled at the WNBA commissioner on Tuesday. Kathy Engelbert. Nafisa Collier plays for the Minnesota Lynx. She's a member of the WNBA Players Association. She held a press conference where she brought up what she recalls about a conversation she had with Engelbert.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
And Collier claims that Engelbert went on to say that without the WNBA players like Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark wouldn't make any money at all. 5 people shot and killed in Indianapolis on Tuesday in a span of about 16 hours, including a man found in a backyard on the near west side.
It puts everyone in the community at risk because we take up firearms and use them in a criminal manner. This is just not tolerable, and we have to do better.
IMPD officer Tommy Thompson says despite all the killings on Tuesday, crime numbers are still dropping across the capital city. The NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Committee says they are making a change because of growing fan interest. John Herrick has the details.
They announced on Tuesday that they're moving the 2028 Women's Basketball Final Four to Lucas Oil Stadium from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. They said since the interest continues to rise, it helps moving it from Gainbridge to Lucas Oil so they can add an extra 13,000 seats. The Division II and III championships also will be hosted in Indianapolis during that Final Four weekend in 2028. Reporting outside Lucas Oil Stadium, John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And at Lucas Oil Stadium on Sunday, the Indianapolis Colts look to bounce back after the loss last week against the LA Rams when they played the Las Vegas Raiders. kickoff at 1 o'clock. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Right now, inbound 69, one stall cleared, and now we have another. It's southbound 69 between 96 and 82nd Street on the outside shoulder, causing traffic to jam back to State Road 37. That's a delay of 16 minutes. Northbound 65 delayed 9 minutes. Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. West side northbound 465 stop and go from Washington up to Rockville Road. Eastbound 70 slows around Holt, and on the east side, southbound 465 pockets of slow from 72 south Shadeland. Northbound 465 slow from 70 past Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morris, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Yeah, sunny skies for today. May have some high clouds drift in for the afternoon, but definitely a warm start to October. Average high for this time of year is 72 degrees, and we're going to get into the low to mid 80s for highs tonight. Mostly clear, low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. For Thursday, sunny skies once again, high temperatures into the lower 80s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all featuring temperatures in the mid 80s under plenty of sunshine. We need the rain at this point. Thursday, we're going to have the drought monitor released for our area. We're probably going to see an expansion of that through much of the state. Early next week, there are small rain chances, but nothing significant with rainfall in our area.
That right there is Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, thank you. 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard air dealer.
So we got ourselves a government shutdown. All right. What do you want me to do? There's nothing to say. There's nothing to concern oneself with. They shut it down. I mean, you've got the flat-out silliness of people like Congressman Andre Carson.
The government shuts down tonight. Democrats have one single request. Don't take away health care from millions of Americans. But Republicans aren't even in D.C. to negotiate. Don't let them try to fool you. Republicans are in charge of every branch of government. This shutdown is entirely on Republicans. The government shuts down.
Fantastic. Andre. Sorry, Congressman Carson. Should always respect the title, even if you don't respect the man. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Democrats in the Senate refused to vote for the continuing resolution that your House, the House you sit in, voted for on a bipartisan basis. Whose fault is this? The Democrats who won't vote for this because you need to cross the 60-vote threshold. It's the Democrats who stopped this from taking place, and now you've got a shutdown. Who are you talking to, sir? Where does this argument sit? The level of radical and pseudo-intellectual ideologue one must be to accept Congressman Carson's position. Well, that's nobody that listens to this show. Nobody would accept that nonsense. The level of just unwilling to take a look at the reality, head in the sand, whatever you say, kind of cult that would buy into this. Yes, Republicans control the House, the Senate, and they control the executive branch. They control the legislative. They control the executive. Let's make sure this happens also in 2026. And November 3rd is the midterms. Do not let the Andre Carsons of the world win anything. Your House of Representatives passed the continuing resolution. That's what it is they had to vote on, and Democrats voted no. That's all. They're obstructionists. The end. And as we have learned from people like Maxine Waters, you are very, very interested in having this pushing back on this because you're not getting enough money for illegal immigrants.
But aren't Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
That's right. Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
Okay. So why don't you go to Maxine Waters and say, hey, is this really what you want to tell people? Is this really what it is that you believe? Because that's kind of nutty. And if that's what you believe, then Republicans are right to look at you and say you're out of your skull. And good that we have a shutdown, because what you want is terrible. Absolutely horrific. Once again, Congressman Andre Carson on the wrong side of all of it, but absolutely willing to lie to his constituents every day of the week and twice on Sunday. We're not talking about agreeing to disagree here. The House passed it. Democrats in the Senate won't vote for it. And this really does look like Chuck Schumer, so afraid of a progressive base that he has to show that he's a tough guy, because otherwise he definitely loses to Representative Ocasio-Cortez as she runs for Senate, when it's just most likely he's going to lose to her in a primary. Did I miss anything? I didn't think so. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
You probably have a dream retirement in mind, but do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104. to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll find a team of experts on your side, all working closely to give you the guidance and support you need.
Everyone knew what every other doctor was doing. I didn't have to go to 3 different meetings. I didn't have to talk to them individually. You knew right there in the room. They came up with a plan together.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It works worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what is happening?
Inbound 69, that's a stall before 82nd Street. It's on the right shoulder, causing slow traffic back to State Road 37 and delayed for 7 minutes. On the east side, northbound 465, slow from 70 up to Penn Pike. South side, northbound at 65, stop and go traffic south Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's construction and a 12-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Moderna. MNEXT by COVID-19 vaccine. mRNA by Moderna is here to find it near you. Visit mnextspike.com. That's MNEXSPIKE.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:15. So let's follow up on this story of the Iowa superintendent, because the story matters. How it is that Des Moines, Iowa, hired this guy who was in the country illegally. No background check was ever really done. Once he got a job someplace, well, then you never had to do a background check again. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's all very, very strange. But it's not strange when you realize that he was hired by a very leftist school board. You don't think these things matter? I think they matter greatly. That nobody cared to check about this guy. It didn't matter to them. What mattered is that they checked boxes. The leftist is interested in checking boxes, not checking backgrounds. And now the school system is saying, we've accepted his resignation.
We will begin with a brief board statement. Tonight, we are here to act on the district's contract with Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. Friday morning, everything changed for all of us, including Dr. Roberts. The individual who was leading our district with energy and enthusiasm was detained by ICE agents.
They're still defending him. When it is now known that he was a registered voter in Maryland, he was not legally allowed in the country. He had gotten a deportation order in 2024. That was during the Biden administration. He was registered in Maryland and living in Iowa. And the issue here is ICE?
Since that time, this district, the Iowa Department of Education, the Department of Homeland Security, and others have learned that his citizenship and status and eligibility to work in the United States is not what we were led to believe. New details have led to more questions, really important questions. For all of us, this is not what we anticipated when we welcomed Dr. Ian Roberts into Central Iowa and the Des Moines School District a little more than 2 years ago. It is a sad and troubling end for an individual who gave many people, especially our students, hope.
That's interesting. That you still want to engage in this level of uplift when it seems that you didn't do your job. Now, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe the forms were filled out, everything came back okay, there's nothing else to check. The reporting being that he absolutely lied on his I-9. He lied. He lied about his citizenship. And if he's going to lie, what in the world could the school board actually do about that? The issue here is whether or not the school board would have done anything about that. Why is it that Dr. Roberts was giving so many kids hope? By the way, this woman who is the chair of the Des Moines Public Schools, Jackie Norris, is also running for Senate in Iowa. Is that correct? She's the one running as a Democrat. She's the one who was the chief of staff to Michelle Obama. What hope was he giving? Is that why he was hired? Not because of his credentials, but because you in Des Moines wanted to show how accepting and loving you were, so you made sure you hired somebody who was black. This is your argument I'm trying to understand. It is absolutely possible you just got duped. It's absolutely possible that somebody lied, and we've seen these kinds of things before. Did you know there's a story? We did this on Eat, Drink, Smoke a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. EatDrinkSmokeShow.com. You should get the podcast wherever you get your podcast. The cigars, the bourbon, the food, the lifestyle. Great show. I love doing it. EatDrinkSmokeShow.com. There is a woman who called Graceland, Elvis, and said, Priscilla, who, I think she's the one who passed away. She took out a loan for like $8 million. To keep Graceland afloat. And so we either need the loan paid back or we control Graceland now. What? It's just some woman who invented a whole backstory, created a fake name for herself, and was trying to get $8 million plus, whatever the number was, out of Graceland. Just out of the blue, from her like one-room apartment. Of course she was found. She's got a history of doing these things. What did you... Graceland was going to be like, $8 million, that's nothing for the estate of the king. Here you go. Now, I don't care who you are, $8 million, everyone's going to go, wait a second, who is this? Elon Musk goes, $8 million for who? Everyone. People do these things. They're insane. I don't know how they think they're going to get away with it. My argument is that progressivism allows for the getting away with it, because that is the purpose. When we discussed the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, people said, well, this had to be a plan. They had to organize this. And I said, absolutely not. This is what happens when you put bad people in the wrong places, when you put fools in the wrong places, when you do not hire for skill, you hire for ideological purpose. The bad thing is the only result that can happen. That is not a bug. That is a feature of doing such things. If you don't believe in the background check, if the characteristic and the checking of the box is more important than the checking of the background, by definition, you will end up with bad stuff. You have to. It's the only way it works. If there is no standard, then how are you surprised when no standard is achieved? That is not a fault of the system. That is the system working faithfully. Reason number, name it, that I'm not a progressive. But back to how the school board is reacting to this superintendent from Des Moines arrested by ICE who tried to flee from ICE, was found with a firearm, a knife, and $3,000 in cash. Had a firearms charge in Pennsylvania, and now we know is a registered voter in Maryland.
As Des Moines School Board members, we have a responsibility to uphold the law, to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars, and to lead the district forward in the best way possible. DMPS reviewed Dr. Roberts' I-9, where he stated he was a U.S. citizen and provided two forms of ID, a driver's license and a Social Security card. And Dentons Davis Brown determined the information submitted was consistent with his claim that he was a U.S. citizen. However, in the past 24 hours, the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners revoked Dr. Roberts' license, meaning he is not able to serve as a superintendent in our state. Yesterday afternoon, the Department of Homeland Security informed us that he is not eligible to work in the United States and therefore could not be employed in any fashion at DMPS. There are several reasons leading to just cause for termination. However, the above two actions by different government agencies mean that Dr. Roberts can no longer remain employed with our school district. In accordance with due process, we gave Dr. Roberts an opportunity through his attorney to provide any information that would substantiate his claims by answering a set of questions regarding citizenship. He did not provide the board with the information we requested. Instead, he submitted a letter of resignation through his attorney, and the board will vote to accept his resignation. As each board member votes, please know that the school board made the difficult but right decision given the circumstances.
Why was it difficult? Why is this school board mourning the removal of this superintendent who lied? And you know the answer. They don't care about the lie. They're upset that they have to go forward with removing him, even though he already resigned. They're upset with the facts. They're upset that their ideology didn't hold under any level of scrutiny. And it is very obvious that they will hire to characteristics again. Because to the progressive and to the Des Moines public schools, checking the box is more important than checking the background. How many more ways do they have to tell you? Matt Bear's got traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Inbound, 69 7-minute delay, 116 282nd. South side, northbound 65, delayed 8 minutes from Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of construction. Just reported a crash east Thompson Road to the west of the 5 Points. Another crash on the south side, Edgewood Avenue, Moonstruck Parkway. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing at an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Consumer confidence hits its lowest level since April.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Zillow ranking Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values, they're rising. Holding strong. It's a great time to sell. You want to hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home right now with Mark Dietel. Perhaps you got a growing family, or like me, working from home and you need more space. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert, trusted and recommended. The real estate expert you want to sell your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Sarah in Fountain Square said, after investing in a property in Fountain Square, I ran into some financial trouble and needed to sell the place fast for maximum dollars. I hired the Mark Dietel team, and they were able to sell my property within weeks for over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold, or he will buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Talk to Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and it's time to get ready for spooky season by getting rid of all that spooky dirt, grime, and mess. Halloween brings out the best in people, but it also brings out some pretty scary crud from all the foot traffic. So how about calling in the cleaning pros at Zero Res? This October, they've got an unbelievable deal. 3 rooms, 0 resified, starting at just $129, plus 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning. And speaking of air ducts and dryer vents, did you know October has Fire Prevention Week? The U.S. Fire Administration reports thousands of home fires start in clogged dryer vents every year. Let's not let spooky turn into smoky, folks. Whether it's carpets, tile, vents, or ducts, Zero Res makes it easy. No soap, no harsh chemicals, just clean that stays clean, thanks to their amazing ZR water. Now mention WIBC, get your 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $129 and take 15% off your vent cleaning while you're at it. Call 317-388-5141. Schedule online at ZeroResIndy.com. That's ZeroResIndy.com.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Robert Kirby says Mitsubishi mini splits are a great option for heating and cooling sunrooms, garages, basements, or that new home office.
The mini splits are great for places that we don't have a lot of room for duct work. We can hide them in the ceilings, integrate them into the walls, or even sometimes behind walls.
See what Kirby can do for you at KirbyHeating.com. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why he says a government shutdown is happening. Clear radar across the capital city. 60 degrees on Monument Circle, going up to 84 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:31.
We ought to work with the House to get our budgets done. They're supposed to be done by September 30. I'm a business guy. I always pass budgets.
Rick Scott is the senior U.S. Senator from Florida on Fox and Friends.
And by the way, if you didn't do your job in business, you didn't get paid. You don't show up and do your job, you don't get paid. Why are we getting paid? We shouldn't get paid if we don't do our job. We need to figure out how to work together to get our budgets done. It's as simple as that.
And the federal government is now shut down after Congress failed to pass a funding legislation bill at midnight. The Trump administration talking about mass layoffs and program cuts because of the shutdown.
President Trump says Democrats are taking a risk by voting against a short-term spending bill triggering a government shutdown.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
This is the first government shutdown since 2019 during President Trump's first term. That shutdown was the longest in U.S. history, totaling 35 days.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House this morning. National parks often close during shutdowns, though the National Park Service had not released an official plan yesterday. Indiana Dunes National Park, which became a national park back in 2019, could see limited access because of this shutdown. U.S. military leaders from around the world gathered in Quantico, Virginia, Tuesday for a meeting with War Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Secretary Hegseth said foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading for the department and it lost its way. Hegseth said all combat jobs will return to the highest male standards only. And as part of what Hegseth called restoring the warrior ethos, he outlined the following: a return of all combat standards to their pre-2015 levels. Fitness tests will be gender neutral and administered twice a year. No validation in January, and grooming standard, including bans on beards and long hair, will be strictly enforced. Now, critics of Secretary Hegseth's address wonder if this message could have been sent in an email.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Washington this morning. Indianapolis city leaders are not staying quiet about AES Indiana's plan to raise your electricity bills. Yesterday, Councilor Michael Paul Hart brought forward a proposal that says in no uncertain terms the city's not on board. The committee is reviewing it and gave it a unanimous thumbs up. And sports on WIBC last night in Las Vegas.
And this Indiana Fever team in 2025 persevering through so much. But ultimately, this season comes to an end.
That is John Nolan with the call on the Fever Radio Network, the old National Bank Radio Network. Fever falling in overtime, 107-98 to the Las Vegas Aces. It's on to the finals for them. And for head coach Stephanie White, a season to ponder.
They're a great example to everybody, what it means to just put one foot in front of the other, to persevere, to not give in to circumstance, and I'm just thankful for this experience with them.
And Fever guard Kelsey Mitchell left the game about midway through the third quarter with cramp. She never returned. Nafisa Collier, vice president on the WNBA PA's executive committee, blamed Commissioner Kathy Engelbert for what she called poor leadership, as Engelbert blaming Caitlin Clark for having the platform of the WNBA, said she would have never made the money she did had it not been for the league. The Cubs took a 1-0 lead in their wild card series, beating the Padres 3-1. The Dodgers doubled up the Reds 10-5. They're also up a game in their wild card series. Both series continue today. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Baer.
Crash eastbound S70 after Harding Street. Left lane blocked. Traffic is backed up to Belmont. Northbound 65 slow because of construction. And on a 7-minute delay after Keystone Avenue into the south split. East side northbound 465 stop and go traffic from 70 up to Penn Pike. Crash Edgewood Avenue, Moonstruck Parkway on the south side. Another south side crash. It's on East Thompson Road to the west of the 5 Points. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 5% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Window,
we mean business.
We mean business.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
How bad is it?
Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on? Dow futures down 157. NASDAQ is down 126. Oil prices down $61.95 on the West Texas crude. That's down $4 over the last week, last 7 days. The Brent crude, which had topped 70, now at $65.59. The 10-year Treasury down to 4.112. How much of this is shutdown related? And the argument, or I should say one of the areas of concern is that the Bureau of Labor Statistics will be unable to put out the unemployment numbers, the jobs numbers, as they do the first Friday of every month if there's a shutdown. Yes, that may very well happen. Also happened the nomination of E.J. Antoni to run the Bureau of Labor Statistics has been withdrawn. I have seen rumors about him. I have had E.J. Antoni on the show numerous times. People didn't like him ideologically. I only ask what they questioned about him mathematically. I don't take anything from rumors and innuendo. Show me data, and I'll say, oh, dang. As of now, gosh, I feel terrible for him. Democrats were not interested. He came from Heritage as their chief economist. They weren't going to have it. And here it is. This is it. Nope, he's not going to be the guy. Put through the ringer, lied about, attacked. Again, show me data to some of the scandalous stuff. Sure, I'll look at it, but just people screaming it? No thanks. No thanks. I want to use this as a moment of understanding that I am told by the political left in lie after lie after lie, where they refuse to tone down any rhetoric at all, that Trump is trying to be a dictator. I've been told this repeatedly. The guy couldn't get his pick for the Bureau of Labor Statistics to be confirmed. That's a pretty bad dictator. one of these lefties who's popular on social media, writing, I hope it's clear to everyone by now that Trump really is going for it. He's trying to become a dictator. I don't know if he'll succeed, but he's working to install himself as an autocrat who's unaccountable to voters. And he's weaponizing the military against Americans who oppose him as a key part of that effort. This guy wrote that after Hegseth's speech and Trump's speech to the military leaders. In that speech, Trump spoke about tariffs and hoped that SCOTUS would go his way on the case. Because as we all know, dictators worry about what the Supreme Court has to say. They are not toning down the rhetoric. Senator Chris Murphy, beta male from Connecticut. He is engineering a shutdown because he wants to be king. Thank goodness leadership is toning down the rhetoric. No, that's not the plan. That is a lie that is told. Your eyes don't deceive you. They talk about it, but they don't do it. They scream dictator to create agitation and get more people to act as lone wolves because they're not done trying to kill everybody they disagree with based on their own words. But Trump is hoping the Supreme Court goes his way. He can't get his own director for the Bureau of Labor Statistics confirmed. This isn't dictator. This is a president elected by the people and following not only the laws, but relying on the Supreme Court, hoping it goes its way, and realizing he can't win a political battle. The fraudulent progressive left is the only way this can be described. And I'm not discussing some level of disagreement on policy. This is a lie, and it is built as a lie. They don't care that they lie, agitate, incite, hopefully see more violence. That is the only reason and rationale. They don't have anything close to another answer or another philosophy. Nothing. Try and create more and more and more violence. If you keep screaming dictator when that's obviously not the case, and I've now given 2 examples that make that clear, your purpose is clear. The purpose of the political left in Indiana and across America is clear. Create more violence against people they disagree with. Oh, you think that's me? Oh, no. No, that's you. No, wait. It's about us. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You need power. Well, you're not going to get it with that attitude. You're going to need Generator Supercenter, and talk to them today about getting a quote on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home. The quote is free. Head on over to Generator Supercenter, 96 at 69. Check out the showroom, and you say to me, it's a generator, Tony. There's no showroom. Oh, yeah, there is. Different options. What are your needs? What kind of house do you have? What kind of place you're talking about? What is it you're trying to get accomplished? Generator Supercenter has been through it. They understand. They take care of the installation, the monitoring. They've got the skilled technicians and electricians that will make sure everything is up to snuff. They'll keep an eye on everything. So when the power goes out, whether someone hits the transformer, whether there's ice on the power lines, whether the grid just goes down because the grid is old, boom. You've got power. It kicks right on when the power goes off, keeping your family safe and comfortable. And if you're out of town and the power goes out, you don't have to worry. Power is going to be right there working for you. Your home, your investment is going to be safe and secure. Talk to Generator Supercenter today to see how you can ensure your investment and the safety of your family. Talk to Generator Supercenter right now. 317-827-0808. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter. 827-0808.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed.
Now more than ever, we have information. 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like business owner Brian.
Yeah, Galaxy was great. We have a business where a lot of the service techs are working out in the field, and they'll come in and they'll have even some mud or something on our shoes. So if we're having a meeting, I needed a flooring that could stand up to that, but still look good as an office setting.
Well, if you own a home or a business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Galaxy was great to work around our schedule. They were able to come in on a Saturday, and the job was completed over the weekend, and we were back in business, so we didn't miss a step.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
It's very nice looking. It's very durable. Really makes the room stand out and shine.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
Galaxy was quick to respond. They were quick to give us a solution and quick to get it completed as well. And they're going to take care of you.
Traffic on the 5s and Matthew Baird, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
West side into downtown crash. Eastbound 70 after Harding. Left lane is blocked. Traffic slow to Tibbs. 12-minute delay. On the east side, northbound 465 before Penn Pike. That's a crash in the center lane causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. And our delay right now is at 3 minutes. On the north side, eastbound 465, it slows from Michigan Road over to Meridian 31. Inbound 69, tight from 106th Street down to 82nd. That is a 4-minute delay. Crash on the east side, LaSalle at New York. South side crashes, Edgewood Avenue at Moonstruck Parkway and Thompson Road to the west of 5 Points Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
How do you feel, Matt Bear, about a Porsche 968 convertible 6-speed?
I feel kind of depressed, but I like the car.
Huh? Okay.
Love the car.
That's interesting.
I saw a Porsche downtown last weekend. In fact, it was cool. I was envious.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a Porsche guy or not. It's a 4-cylinder. It's 236 horsepower. I just think it's groovy. Maybe it's a way to dip a toe in the water. Am I a Porsche guy?
You're dipping your toe in the water with a Porsche?
I don't know.
That's pretty warm water right there.
Well, should it be Porsche or should it be Corvette? It should be Corvette, right? It should be all American.
American made. Come on.
Actually, it's Andy Moore Ford, our sponsor. It should be Mustang and nothing but a Mustang. And all Mustangs all the time.
Love the Mustang, man.
Right? You would look great in a Mustang.
I agree.
You want to get a Mustang? We'll get you a Mustang.
I want 2 of them.
Why? One for weekdays and one for Jewish holidays? What do you...
Get so confused on the Jewish holiday. Yes, preferably 2. Yes, I'd love to have 2. 2 parking spots, 2 cars.
Okay. You don't have 2 parking spots in your place, though.
Not yet. But when I get that second Mustang, who's going to stop me?
Can we get you the first Mustang?
Yes, absolutely.
Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield.
Woo!
Thank you.
So worth the drive.
Oh, they'll bring it to you. You don't even have to drive. They'll just bring it right to you.
Oh, King's gone mad.
That's right. Andy Moore Ford, get Matt Bear a Mustang. Do it now.
Beautiful.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:48.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Game day starts here with the Colts Ultimate Tailgate at the Slippery Noodle this Sunday, kicking off at 9:30 a.m. We're bringing the party with ice-cold drinks, tailgate games, prizes, and all the pre-kickoff buzz. It's Indy's biggest Sunday celebration.
When a young man looks at Madam, she just throws herself right at him. She's young at heart and still getting her kicks. And that she's a primetime queen. She puts her stuff on a TV screen. Her outrageous charm fills this
What is happening?
that we call it.
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl has picked the television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I am at a loss. You know what? I'll start, because it's not going to help. I'll phone a friend. I'm allowed to. I can phone a friend. I can check in with the chat room. These are my options for help. Matt Bear, what is this the theme song of?
That's Cheaters, Tony.
Nice.
Such a good show.
I have no clue. Rocks the airways from coast to coast. What is a show about a woman on the air? What is a show? Was there a show about like a sitcom about a radio host, television host? I can't picture it. Producer Carl, it's not Gomer Pyle, chat room. Shut up. You're so dumb. They want to know if there are any hints. They are really flummoxed. Are there any hints?
Puppet.
Puppet? Puppet? I didn't ask about your sex life. I asked if there are any hints. It is not Hello, Larry. Bravo, chat room. It is not Hello, Larry. Producer Carl, what is this theme song?
Madam's Place.
No!
Waylon Flowers, I think he's the puppeteer.
Are you insane? You brought... That's... I don't even know how I would explain Madam. I don't know how I'd explain Waylon. I don't... This is like 70s, 80s comedy, like Match Game PM kind of stuff. There is so much wonk that just took place there from producer Carl.
Well, I don't want to take credit for this. Somebody from the chat room suggested it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Holy cow. That is... But that's the kind of thing you would pick. Like, that's a weird, awkward, Dennis Miller-esque cultural kind of connection.
Claudia said she was the one that picked it.
You know, babe. I was going to do a Dennis Miller impression, but if we're going to give Claudia her due, that's fine. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, bravo. Oh, yeah, please. Oh, got it wrong with a bullet. No issue there. None. Oh, that's Madam references. Good Lord. Go ahead. Go look up Waylon and Madam. Just remember, your eyes will never be the same. On Tony Katz today, we're in the middle of a government shutdown, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, we are chock full of panic. Yeah, we'll discuss it on Tony Katz today at noon. And the Pope thinks Hamas should take the deal, but Hamas doesn't look like it's going to take the peace deal. So now it doesn't change anything about the trolls, nor those on the campuses of Columbia and other colleges. I'll get into that story as well. I'll catch you at noon. Matt Bear, he's got traffic.
Yeah, Tony, eastbound 70 at Harding, crash, left lane block, traffic stop and go. Back to Holt Road for a 9-minute delay. Crash westbound 70 after Arlington Avenue. Also, blocking the left lane, slowing traffic down to the 465 ramps, and that's a delay time of 10 minutes. On the east side, northbound